this channel, I like to say we are critical thinkers. Justice. We like to use our brains. We're the 1%. We may not be the 1% when it comes to net worth, but we're the 1% of thinkers that use our brains and we question things. And we have the ability to listen to people that are doing better than us. I'm always learning. I'm always a sponge. If somebody's doing better than me, I will definitely take advice from them. Not with the quick, not new money. They discovered, some hidden pond with pure water. No. I listen to people who've been doing it a long time. And I like to talk to the young guys out here and the people who may be not succeeding or where you want to be in life. It could be your circle. So, as you know, I'm a longshoreman now. I've been a longshoreman for a long time, over 20 years. But before that, I've always had jobs. I've always worked. I've always been a grinder. Like when I first got my first little envelope of under the table money from my paper route, I was hooked, man. Like, that was freedom for me. I was able to buy the sneakers I wanted for school. I was able to, if I wanted extra little cookies and stuff at lunch, I got it. And I never forget, like, after my parents moved me out of the hood into the suburbs, I kept in contact with a lot of those kids. Then when I got my license, I was going back. I was still chilling in the hood. And then I got a job at the age of 18 because I didn't graduate high school. And I got my CDL and I started driving a beer truck. But I wasn't full time. I was young, missing work. They would fire me, hire me back, fire me. And then like around 20, I started taking it serious. And I got put on as a full-time beer truck driver. And then I turned 21. I was never really like a drinker, yo. I was never a drinker. I used to do other things. But with a CDL, you got to take urine tests for the DOT, Department of Transportation. You get into an accident, blase. It was random, random tests with that company. So I stopped. And I never forget, I was with my friends, who I thought were my friends. I was out one night. And, I learned about credit early, but my parents taught me, you have great credit, you'll pay less in the long run for things. So I would carry cash and I would tip the bartenders wherever we were, strip club, bar, whatever. I would tip them in cash, but I would leave my card open. And then at the end of the night, I would just write cash and sign. That way I didn't have to worry about leaving an extra tip and stuff like that. Like, I knew how much I spent. And I never forget, there was one night I was out and the bill came and I was like, yo, there's no way I drank that much. So, I called the bartender over and she's like, oh, your friends was putting their drinks on your tab. I'm like, what? They was putting their drinks on my tab. So I asked two of my friends, I was like, yo, what's up with this? And they're like, oh, we ain't had no bread. So you came out with no bread. Now, these are the type of dudes that was always trying to find the shortcut, but will always lose their money, didn't want to work, would make fun of me when I was going to work. You working for the white man. So I learned that real quick. It don't make a difference who you working for. Black, white, Spanish, Asian. You got to provide a service to get a paycheck, or you got to invent something great that's going to change the world. So I was like, yo, this shit ain't cool. Like, I've always been the type of dude to put my foot down. Like, nah, man, like, what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And I started to think about it. Every time we was out, when the bill would come, they would always look the other way. They ain't had no money. I would go out for food and then, yo, man, I'll get you. Never pay me back. And I started saying, yo, are you my friend or are you taking advantage of me? Because the same person you make fun of calling me the working man and I'm the slave, I got money and you eating off of me. So what does that make you? You got to separate yourself from these people because they will eventually take advantage of you. And when you say no, they will resent you. I'm telling you from experience. Now, that was the last time I ate it. I was like, you know what? I'm cool. I started to distance myself from them. And then they start saying, yo, how come you don't come around no more? You know, it took me a while to really start figuring it out. When we start to go out to eat, I would tell the waitress, separate bill, please. I would tell the bartender, yo, don't let anybody put anything on this unless you see me. Then they start saying, word, bro, it's like that? It's like that, big money? I thought we was boys. Yeah, I thought we were boys. Your boys ain't gonna take advantage of you like that. They not. Now, out of them dudes, I stayed cool with like 2 of them. To this day, we still cool. They end up getting careers, starting businesses, barbershops, landscaping business, and we're cool. But the other dudes, you gotta separate yourself from them because they're not accomplishing anything. Those are the dudes that will believe that you can become a millionaire with $235 in a checking account. Those are the dudes that will get scammed all the time, but then they're the same dudes that will tell you you're a slave, you're on a plantation, you're the working man. They got no medical, they got no nothing. Behind in child support, going to jail, you know. Every so often I ask about him, yo, how's so-and-so? Like, man, he in jail, he locked up, yeah, he behind on child support. And I don't chill with those dudes like that. I don't go out like that anymore. You know, I have a whole nother group of friends, yo. It's crazy. When you get older, you start meeting other people and you start surrounding yourself with people that you relate to. We like to travel. We love to eat out. I got my friends that I'm cool with, but a lot of my girls' friends, their husbands, I relate to them. They own electrician companies, they own elevator companies, they own businesses, they own car dealerships. I started to really level up and start taking some things from them because I didn't graduate. I didn't have that business mindset, but I started literally like looking at them on how they were moving, asking questions. Yo, man, how does this work? They started teaching me about profit margins. If it don't produce money, don't invest in it. Whether it's a business or an investment or real estate or index funds or dividend funds, if it's not paying you, you don't touch it. And since then, since I figured that out, done pretty well for myself by surrounding myself with hardworking, great people. I don't relate to the dude who's unemployed all day. I don't. I always got to do something. But whether it's making content, calling up on the real estate, finding a better company, a dividend stock to invest in, I'm always trying to learn. Reading a new book, an audio book, I'm always trying to learn and I'm always trying to give back. So if you got people in your life that are not doing anything, you got to separate yourself from them, man, because they're going to drag you down. So hope you made it this far. Think about subscribing. We talk about everything on this channel. We're the 1%. No regrets. Get it.